Welcome to another segment of C.B.A. C.R.P.H.A. Business Advocate. Today's topic, as you saw, is Kroger. And one thing I can tell you is that Kroger is doing exactly as I suggested for many companies never to do. In which basically they're making themselves fall back even further, even in the financial bracket. By doing that, they're having to they had to lay off a number of employees, especially in their baker's department, from what I understand, and of course. As I've suggested, and apparently the Kroger corporate office hasn't heard the fact that you should never, ever focus solely on your competitors such as Amazon, Whole Foods, Rite Aid, CVS, Long's, Walgreens, Target, Walmart, Dollar Tree, Safeway, and like I said, Safeway and Albertsons. But the one thing though, you need to really focus fully on your business. It's okay to look on occasion to see what the competitor or the next guy in the same, shall we say, in the same retail or semi-same retail market, or even if there's a retailer that's going into the competition along with you in the sense of, say, produce and various other things, right? But the one thing is, the companies need to really focus on them, what their operations are, and what they could do to better themselves. What they can do that not one retailer has even thought of. And even if it is something that the retailer has thought of, improve it upon it. Make it better than what they have. There's no misdirection on that at all. I mean, literally. The one thing though, Kroger is and has had to lay off a number of their employees due to this stupidity of worrying about Amazon and Whole Foods, and not really focusing on what they could do to better themselves, better than Amazon has ever even thought of in their own state of mind, if you will. And better than any other retailer, including Target and Walmart. Kroger's been around, I'd say, longer than many of the retailers I mentioned. The one thing is that if they keep going down the track that they are, Kroger will be below Safeway once again, below Albertsons, below many of the other grocery retailers that I have not mentioned, and even below the ones that are department store retailers such as Walmart and Target, among others. And Kroger doesn't want to go that way, because even Dollar Tree's already on the bottom rung as it is, with the fact that Dollar General completely did themselves in. And yes, I know Dollar General and Dollar Tree are thought to be in the same retail landscape, but they're not. It's a totally different layout. But nonetheless, it is supposedly directing the affordability concept to the ones that are not able to afford as much as many others would be able to get in such stores as Safeway, Albertsons, and many others, including Kroger. The one thing though is that Kroger will eventually turn into another Dollar Tree if they, in order to stay in business, that is, if they keep doing this. Thereby, they will be not really going back from when they began, although they could, but it would be a lot more, shall we say, a lot more health conscious than it was in its beginnings. Of course, in the beginnings, Kroger didn't really have to worry about too much. And when it came to the health codes weren't as stringent as they are now. But aside from that, especially, Kroger will essentially have to either focus only so much on the competitors and the ones that are put themselves in the same, shall we say, grocer venue as Target, Walmart did, and only so much on Amazon and Whole Foods and also the pharmacy retailers. The one and just fully focus on Kroger should be focused on fully on their operations to see what they could do. There's one thing that they have done that not one retailer in the same shall we say, retail market and industry that in any of the other grocery market retailers have done, and that is a self-driving service in the sense of what I saw on one video when it came to Kroger directly was a self-driving robotic vehicle that would be bringing the groceries over to the customer's place of residence or vehicle, whichever the case. But the basic fact is that the e-cart thing has been done by one retailer. Then, of course, other retailers have followed. One of being, of course, Target and Walmart. And the one thing, though, is that there is one particular thing that Kroger could do to save face, where they don't have to lay and pink slip people within their staffing. What do you think that could be? The one thing that it can be is what I suggested for one company to do, in which Safeway might have to do if Albertsons does not let go of Safeway and the contract merge that they have with them, and where Albertsons would have to also, like I said, I suggested for Albertsons to focus directly on their own stores after separating themselves from Safeway. And Safeway's been able to handle themselves pretty darn well without anybody merging to them. But if Albertsons doesn't do that, then that means Vaughn's would have to be dislodged from contract merging with Safeway. Delmonico's would have to be the same way. Pack and Save, same thing. There could be a number of others that may need to essentially disattach themselves from Safeway, with Albertsons refusing to let go of them in the sense of contract aspects of merge. and that can make it to where the other ones would be on their own indefinitely, and that could easily hurt them, and it could possibly also hurt Safeway, because Safeway on one aspect relied on Vons and Delmonico's and whatnot else on various occasions, and Delmonico's relied on Vons. Vons relied on Delmonico's, and Delmonico's relied on Safeway. Same thing with Vons. But the one thing is, if they disattach themselves from Safeway because of Albertson's stubbornness and stupidity and illogical business practice, then basically dislodge via the merge contractual agreements would have to happen. But with that, the retailers that Kroger has, they could let go of the higher cost ones that they got into, and in the collaboration with, in order to save money, or they could turn into another Dollar Tree under the Kroger name. The way Kroger is going, that's exactly what's going to happen. Kroger is thinking that, is obviously using the illogical mindset of the aspect of the human being can be replaced. Nobody can be truly replaced. And if they keep doing that, they're going to be wasting more money that they could use have better use of, not only in the sense of paying the employees, but also better to restructure the stores, and also possibly get more stores. They would have to use a percentage of that money to retrain more people if they keep on going down this track that they're going down. And with that, though, too, is that the one aspect is that I know not very many companies want to go down that track, but yet they end up doing it, don't they? From time to time. Even more so than that. So basically, Kroger needs to really think this through before they make any other actions. Or turn yourself into a large version of a Dollar Tree to get back into the race between, or the competitiveness of your other competitors, be that Safeway, Walgreens, and various others, including Albertsons and many other grocery retailers, and as well as pharmaceutical retailers such as CVS, Longs, and Rite Aid, and various others. And you would have to do this in a gradual step, granted, Kroger. That's a more than a definite fact. So, Kroger, you have one option. One option, and it's a pretty long option, okay? Now, one option is quit solely focusing on your competitors, including Amazon and Whole Foods, and your other competitors of the same retail market, and same retail market, and focus on you and see what you can do to better of what the other retailers have done to make it maybe better than they have ever thought of. And also do something that would possibly come up to the points to where it's affordable within your budget and finances, to where no other retailer has ever thought of to do. But the one thing is, now you need to also focus on rebuilding your staff, your your staff of employees, don't you? Because you pink slipped a number of them. Now, Kroger is a well-trusted East Coast and possibly somewhat semi-West Coast or Central West Coast grocer. But the one thing though is that they won't be very trusted if they go the way they've been going, because a number of retailers have closed due to, say, bad business in various locations, or and also it turned into where less and less people went to various stores for various different reasons, and it's usually because of the pricing. It could be, and also it could be also to the fact that the quality in one particular location was getting way more than poor, which basically can hurt the whole entire chain, basically. But and I'm not going to name the chain, which I'm sure that it's happened to various other retailers besides the ones I'm thinking about right now. But Kroger needs to really take heed to what I say, because with the fact of many other retailers falling back, Kroger will fall back more than extremely and exponentially if they keep on going the way they're going. And that would put Safeway and various others, possibly Albertsons, if Albertsons also takes heed to what I say as well, in the sense of essentially dislodging themselves from Safeway. And eventually Albertsons will have to do the same thing as what I'm more than suggesting for Kroger to do. And then eventually Safeway will have to do the same thing. Hopefully not too extreme. But we shall see on that one. But and I can say that I do apologize for taking a long time for putting this video out, but I just needed to get things set, even for myself, before I went into this. And with that, I also was looking for other aspects to it. But the generalization is that things do take time. Okay, now what are your thoughts when it comes to Kroger? Do you think they could do what I suggest, or more than suggest, or do you think they're doing themselves in and they won't listen to reason? Or do you think they will listen to reason if it was brought up to them? What's your thought? Please let me know in the comment below, and if you want to help advocate for retailers of every sort, type, and level, and whatnot, please let us know on C.R.P.H.A, the C.R.P.H.A Business Advocate Facebook page. And also, we hope you all stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. And may Heavenly Father bless you all. And also, during the election, we ask that you vote for Trump, because Trump is the only one that's really truly wanting and willing to work with people, even the American people, in the sense of also making sure our country is safe and more than well defended. And also, he is also the one to rely on when it comes to a better education for our youth. Trump for 2020. Have a good day.